From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2024. In response to terror group Hezbollah's violating the truce with Lebanon, including, as we reported to you yesterday, firing rockets at the Har Dov area in northern Israel, which Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last night called a severe violation of the ceasefire. The IDF said that late last night, Israel's Air Force struck Hezbollah terrorists, dozens of launchers, and terrorist infrastructure throughout Lebanon, and struck the Hezbollah launcher in the area of Bergoz in southern Lebanon shortly after the launch of the two projectiles towards Mount Dov earlier last night. The State of Israel demands, it said, that the relevant parties in Lebanon fulfill their responsibilities and prevent Hezbollah's hostile activity from within Lebanese territory, saying the State of Israel remains obligated to the fulfillment of the conditions of the ceasefire agreement in Lebanon, saying the IDF is prepared to continue operating wherever necessary and will continue to operate to defend Israeli civilians. The IDF also said Hezbollah's representative to the Syrian military was eliminated in an intelligence-based airstrike, and that he was responsible for coordinating between Hezbollah operatives and the Syrian military, including supporting weapons smuggling from Syria to Hezbollah, including during the Swords of Iron War. The IDF also shared that a Navy missile ship intercepted an unmanned aerial vehicle launched from the east last night in the Red Sea. The vessel was intercepted before crossing into Israel. The east is usually a reference to Iraq. And a rocket was fired from Gaza today at southern Israel. It was intercepted by Israel's Air Force. Meanwhile, IDF operations against terror group Hamas continue in Gaza. The IDF saying today that during ongoing operations in central Gaza, our troops eliminated several terrorists through targeted strikes, including 7 who participated in the October 7th massacre. The IDF will continue to operate to locate and eliminate terrorists who conduct terrorist activities against the civilians of Israel and those involved in the October 7th massacre. Well, a memorial service took place today for Israeli-American Captain Omer Neutra in his native Long Island, New York. Omer, as we reported to you, was serving as a lone soldier in the IDF and was thought to have been held by Hamas as a live hostage, but the IDF said yesterday that he was murdered while battling terrorists on October the 7th. His body still held captive in Gaza. Omer's parents, Orna, Ronen, and the rest of his family were joined today by the parents of murdered Israeli-American hostage Hirsch Goldberg Polin, John and Rachel, among so many others who came to show their support and share their grief. New York Governor Kathy Hochul ordered flags on state buildings across New York to be flown at half-staff today in memory of Omer. She said, "For months, we've prayed for the safe return of Omer Neutra and all those kidnapped by Hamas on October the 7th. This horrific news shakes all New Yorkers to our core." The 101 hostages still held by Hamas in Gaza have now been captive for 424 days. Turning now to Germany, where a court in Frankfurt overruled a lower court decision that had deemed a former Nazi concentration camp guard unfit for trial. The higher regional court in Frankfurt said today that it had overturned the decision regarding the former guard, who is now 100 years old, named by German media as Gregor Formanek, who was charged last year with aiding and abetting murder in 3,322 cases while working at the former Sachsenhausen concentration camp near Berlin between July of 1943 and February of 1945. Now the Daily Mail UK reports the case has been referred back to a regional court in the German Hesse state for a new decision, with the possibility that the former guard could face justice after some 80 years. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, December the 3rd at 7 o'clock, Izabella, Tabarovsky, and Meng offer insights at the ISGAP-Oxford Summer Institute for Curriculum Development in Critical Contemporary Antisemitism Studies. At 8, Justin Pines is joined by actor, artist, and Jewish advocate Jonah Platt, host of Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, a series exploring Jewish identity airing on JBS. At 9 o'clock, with the release of the film version of Wicked, we bring you a replay of Stephen Schwartz on L'chaim. At 10, a celebration of the life and music of Irving Berlin. At 10:30, an encore of the news, and coming up next, the ILTV's Insider. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2024. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.